It's time to play the game. We love it raw. Brother. Mr. Caldero, Chris Corey the future. We love it raw. There you go, Chris.
And last night we started with Triple H. And he's been bugged since November with this whole thing with Sting. And I don't blame him. I mean, as good as Sting
Let's just talk about that. We don't have to go. Let's just talk about the highlights. Let's just jump into that. That's the most talked about thing.
Oh, yeah. And what's good about it was with this whole thing between Hunter and Sting that dated back to November was the fact that Sting's been away from WWE for 14 years in which he never set foot in the company until then. And that bugs Hunter because Hunter said, okay, I've been with this company for 20 plus years.
You know what I hear right now? Blase, blase, blah. I like the match. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm too old for the gimmick stuff, but I just want to see the match. Like, I'm tired of the cock tease already. I'm really tired of it.
But that's how Sting...
Just give me the match.
I understand that, but that's how Sting operates. He was like that with WCW. I remember. That's vintage Sting.
That's why I switched over. I changed the channel because...
He was vintage back then when he had his feuds with the NWO, with Hogan, Hall, Nash, and the rest of the faction. He played the mind games. He was good at that.
Yes, that was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Okay. But if you think about it now, he's doing what he did then, and he's doing it now to Triple H. He's still saying...
So what did you think about that whole thing? You liked it?
I liked it.
The hokiest part was the guy in the ring. I just didn't like that. Did you see the snapshot of how the guy looked?
Yeah.
Looked nothing like Sting.
Of course not.
Skinny dude, skinny face, nothing even close to how he looks.
Of course
with a wig on, mind
number
you.
One,
and you can see the wig from a mile away.
And number one, and number two, you think about this, okay? Like I was telling you,
it's not my demographic, I guess, but I just want to see the actual match and I'm over it.
It's going to be a good match.
Yes, I also agree that it's going to be epic.
It's going to be really good.
It's going to be awesome. You're going to remember this forever. But I'm just saying, like,
I'm just impatient. You want the hype.
I'd rather just them... I know what's going to happen in Fastlane. Come on. Like, the match will be set at Fastlane for WrestleMania.
Of course.
So... I'm okay with that. I don't know. I'm just... But just be quiet. After you accept, just be quiet. So it can be more mystical when you finally do.
Now you're going to... Now that's going to happen.
Because I don't want to see every week...
No.
I don't want to hear crows every week.
You're not.
I honestly don't.
You're not. Because the next time you're going to see Sting...
I'll be frustrated if I heard crows.
The next time you're going to see Sting is at Fastlane next weekend. In 2 weeks. You're going to see... That's the only time you're going to see Sting. And then you probably won't see Sting again until Mania. Okay, that's the only 2 times you're probably going to see Sting. But getting back to what you were saying with that, that guy dressed up as Sting and all that, that's how he is. That's how Sting does it. I mean, and I like the mind games he's playing with Hunter because it's, building it up more and more and more and more is getting the people who's never seen this guy in the ring before. Nobody, for the younger generation of kids...
That may be my issue, that I'm just like... My expectations of Sting are so up there because, come on. Remember, he used to propel from the top and come out of nowhere.
See, WWE won't have that again because of what happened with Owen Hart.
Yes, the Owen Hart thing. But I understand. I'm just saying, like... Yes, it's awesome, but it's not. It's not like the greatest thing ever, in my opinion.
Maybe they'll make the exception for us. Maybe
I think the vignette when they put it all together is gonna look nice.
Oh, of course.
Because WWE, no one does
the best vignettes ever.
In anything I've ever seen, they do the best vignettes.
Yeah, and like I said, with this guy that was in the ring,
But I wouldn't blame people to not watch Raw until Fastlane.
Oh no.
because honestly, the table's set right now.
Oh, yeah.
And every other news that you find out, you can find out online of a touch of a button.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you don't watch Raw in the next couple weeks, but you do watch Fastlane because it's free, then that makes sense. Because Raw, I just feel like it's going to be tedious. You're going to see more handicap matches. You're going to see, more trying to beat the odds. Roman Reigns beating the odds. Daniel Bryan beating the odds.
Right.
And I don't want to see that. That's why I may tune out next week.
Okay.
I'm just looking for the segments to give me a tease of... Because to me, it's all about the pay-per-view match. Yeah. I feel like sometimes Raw is tedious with the matches. You give us way too much matches, right. I think.
And speaking of last night, you mentioned the Roman Reigns issue. You mentioned Roman Reigns. The confrontations, the things he's had now with Daniel Bryan has gotten to a point now where, in my opinion, I say they're going to turn Roman Reigns heel. Especially after what happened last night. Okay? Especially after what happened last night. They're going to turn Roman Reigns heel. And it's going to happen at WrestleMania. I'll tell you that right then and there. Okay? They're going to turn Reigns heel. Now, Vanessa this morning texted me. Her and I were texting back and forth this morning. She does not want it to happen. Okay? Vanessa has said specifically, and she told me in this text message this morning, and just now, she says that, and I quote, she would be sad if Reigns turns heel because she loves the baby faces. Vanessa, I understand it, but sometimes the baby faces don't make the best characters. The heels make the best characters.
Yes, but Vanessa, speaking directly to you, you have to understand, everybody loves Batman. Who doesn't love Batman? He's inspiring. If you watch, there's a documentary on Netflix about like people surviving, illnesses,
right,
being inspired by Batman. But guess what? Batman will be nothing without the Joker.
Of course not.
The Joker is what makes him who he is as a hero. Mm-hmm. Because without the great villains that you have, you'll never, you have to appreciate the heel just as much, if not more, than the babyface.
Of course.
Because it's harder to accomplish being a successful heel.
Right.
It's easy to get cheered with cheap pops.
Right. And that's what they're going to do with Roman Reigns. They're going to.
They have to give him depth. Like, as an actor, he needs different levels of who he can be.
And with Roman Reigns going heel at WrestleMania as a possibility now, okay, I'm going to tell you this right now, it's going to help further his career. It's going to make him a lot better. Okay? You're going to see a much better Roman Reigns as a heel. Okay? Because they're starting the process slowly but surely.
I honestly, right now, I don't care about that stuff. Fastlane just come already.
I understand.
It couldn't come any faster.
No.
Fastlane.
But what I'm saying is, with this Reigns situation with Daniel Bryan, you gotta have a good guy. What you're gonna have is Daniel Bryan. Okay? And you're gonna have
I think the scenario right now is perfect.
Okay.
For what it's supposed to be. But at the same time, it's still tedious because the next couple weeks. Nothing is going to happen until Fastlane.
No.
And that next week is going to be just matches and
building
handicaps and mixed tag teams. And I honestly want to talk about other stuff, if you don't mind.
No. Well, to close out this Reigns segment, okay, here's what's going to happen. They're going to have him go bad, like I said, WrestleMania. But they're gonna the transition for him to go heel takes full effect at Fastlane, and then the transformation will be complete at WrestleMania. So Fastlane, the transformation completed at WrestleMania. That's how it's gonna go down. The next thing I want to talk about is this Bray Wyatt promo that he cut on Raw.
Check the first episode of We Love It Raw. I was a Bray Wyatt advocate day one. Just check the record books. Just remember that.
And he is cutting some good promos on The Undertaker. The one he cut Thursday, I can't remember it visually, but he cut a real good
Every
one.
single promo about The Undertaker was...
Oh, splendid.
Every single one. There's been maybe like 3 or 4.
And the one he did Monday night was incredible. I mean, saying that he doesn't fear anyone, that the devil's calling, and that he's going to hell. Come find me. I'm the Reaper. That is direct to The Undertaker. Now the question is going to be remaining. When does the Phenom come back?
That is kind of... Alright, I honestly, all honesty, I didn't enjoy Raw too much yesterday. But just the fact that you're anticipating Undertaker showing up, that he may show up, or may drop a hint of something, it makes you watch the whole episode, because you don't want to be missing out on that moment. So just I'm gonna watch Raw next week, even though I'm saying it's gonna be slow and repetitive. But I'm gonna watch just because Bray Wyatt keeps doing the perfect... No one's giving him enough credit that he's setting up this. When's the last time you saw a setup that nice in promos? When's the last time Undertaker really had a young guy? Like Bray Wyatt's good and everything, but he's fairly young and new.
Yeah.
When's the last time Undertaker had a guy that young in the game at WrestleMania?
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long
so
time.
that to me just says a lot. And the fantasy of how the match just ends up is Bray Wyatt dominates, at the end Undertaker pulls a win.
Oh, of course.
And that way you put over Bray for being this monster who he is and what he's gonna do in the future. And then he still loses to the Undertaker.
And then you set up the Sting,
the
Sting the Sting Undertaker match
for the following year.
And
retire
both of them
and get the Hall of Fame
and put them both into the Hall of Fame
that year.
If
not, if they both want to be headliners, they could do Undertaker 1 year, Sting the next year.
I don't think that's how it's gonna work. I still think you get the Bray Wyatt Undertaker,
because there's only one headliner.
Not Shawn Michaels.
No, I'm talking about when there's a Hall of Fame panel, there's always one headliner.
Oh, of course.
Last year was the Ultimate Warrior.
Right. Who's going to be the headliner?
This year, that is the fuzzy because Macho Man is not here.
No.
And I don't know if they want to lead the ceremony with someone that's not here.
I could see it maybe because the guy was an icon in the 80s, early 90s.
No, I understand that, but the physical presence of somebody is always better than a brother speaking for them. Yeah, it's always going to be better.
Like what they did with Paul Bearer. Remember they had...
Yeah, that was nice, but it wasn't Paul Bearer.
Right, but then what made it good was that The Undertaker showed up at the Hall of Fame last year and paid his respectable tribute to his lifelong manager. You know what I'm saying? So how they're going to work it with the Hall of Fame this year is beyond me. I mean, would it be nice to see if they...
I don't see any headliners yet. I think Macho Man is worthy of a headline if he was alive to say his speech. But I honestly don't want to hear Macho Man's brother. I honestly...
No, his brother's not... Hogan's inducting him.
Okay, but he's going to say this. Hogan's the inductee. But accepting it is going to be his brother.
Oh, yeah.
And his brother is going to make a speech. Just the same way that Paul Bearer's kids made the speech. And that I am not looking for. I'm looking forward to the induction itself. And finally, but that's not the speech I'm going to be looking forward to is my argument here.
Right. I mean, like...
there has to be a headline
right.
that's physically here.
And like we were saying earlier, though, with this Sting Undertaker match that's going to be coming possibly next year at WrestleMania, it would be fitting, though, if, like, you get those two to be the main event headline of WrestleMania, okay? You put those guys into the Hall of Fame and you headline them as the Hall of Fame, okay? You don't have to put anybody else into the Hall of Fame next year. Just put those two, and then you got a Hall of Fame right then and there. Okay, you got a Hall of Fame all set out right then and there. You don't have to put anybody else. Okay? But getting back to this Bray Wyatt thing. The promos he's cutting are fantastic. But now he's playing, they're playing games with you. They're dropping the hints that it's towards The Undertaker. But now the question, like I said, is going to remain. When does the Phenom come back? Before Fastlane or after Fastlane? Or even at Fastlane?
I also was thinking that at Fastlane. That way, people that are watching for free will be like, wow, Undertaker came back, and I tuned in.
Exactly.
So I should get the network, it's a good...
Like what they did in November, with Sting. Like, wait a minute, Sting showed up? But then again, they were giving you hints, online that Sting was possibly going to show up at the
But at the same time, the only reason we know is because we're looking for those answers.
Oh, of course.
If we were casual fans, then we would not expect it.
No.
We would enjoy the moment.
But with the Undertaker, you never know. This guy can come back at a split second of a dime. He can come back on SmackDown for all we know.
No. I'll bet on it. That
no, but I'm just saying, he can come back on SmackDown.
I'm watching it anyway.
Oh, yeah. You never know. With The Undertaker, you never know when he comes back. Because he likes to come back at the drop of a dime.
But since SmackDown's not live, then I put all the money I have on top of never on SmackDown. Because people will find out that we're there and post it online that The Undertaker was there.
Yeah, and that ruins a lot of shit.
Exactly that. And the whole thing is for everyone in the world to see at the same time that Undertaker's back.
Mm-hmm.
Monday Night Raw, it's a no-brainer. There's no way it's not Monday Night Raw.
And with SmackDown,
and if it's not Monday Night Raw, it's got to be Fastlane.
And with SmackDown, I look at the spoilers. I go on my website, I look at the spoilers, I'm like, okay, what's going to happen that I can anticipate anything good to be on SmackDown? And if it's not a good SmackDown, then I just zone out. I just tune it off. Alright? But if I see something on a spoiler that says, oh God, Undertaker's coming back that night, oh my God, I'm going to be tuned in.
Yeah, you're going to be tuned in, but at the same time, a lot of people are not going to tune in.
Mm-mm. You rather have it live.
Because they can watch it online.
Yeah, and you rather have it live, in person.
The thing is, the longer win for WWE is to make him come when you don't expect him to come, so you always should be watching.
Exactly.
That's the better way to go. Because if they know when he's coming, then it kind of takes... It can never be on SmackDown. But
no.
Can I just say something?
Yeah, what's up?
I was watching Raw and casually on Facebook just looking, and I saw Seth Rollins WWE. Like I like all of these pages. Everyone in the Shield, everyone WWE. Right. And then I noticed it's like a woman with her titties out. Like, and I'm like, I know WWE is PG. So I took a double take and I looked again at the screen and I was like, yeah, this is a naked lady.
The hell?
On Seth Rollins posted this. A naked lady, right?
The hell?
And for some reason, I got caught up with something else. Or maybe someone came out on Raw and I just forgot about that.
Right.
The next day, I find out that this is a hack. Someone hacked Seth Rollins' internet or whatever. And this is a whole gossip, so get ready. Buckle your seatbelt, Chris Corey, the future.
What the?
He got hacked. And he is supposedly not married, but engaged to some woman. I don't know her name. She's like a regular, civilian. No, she's not on the road or whatever. And he apparently has all these photos of him cheating on his wife. Not his wife, his fiance, with this new up-and-coming wrestler from NXT. And she was set to premiere soon. And now this may put that in jeopardy.
What the hell?
And I saw like one or two pictures of her like
really?
Naked.
Wow.
And
is she at least good looking?
She looks good. She's not my type, but she's a very attractive woman.
Okay. I gotta check that out. I gotta check it out.
And it's crazy because even Triple H talked about it. He said that that's a problem that he's dealing with him in his personal life. That's,
Yeah, but Triple H is loyal to Stephanie, though. As far as we know.
No. I don't know what you're talking about, but
Oh.
They asked Triple H about the Seth
Oh,
Rollins.
okay.
Yeah. So Triple H was pretty much just, hey, this is an issue he's going through and it sucks.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And as soon as they got it fixed, they removed everything.
Really?
So if you're gonna find it has to be in a not ideal way.
Okay.
Because I saw it when it was happening.
Mm.
And I was like, I don't know why I didn't overthink that.
Right.
But apparently that's just what's the news the next day. And they had a whole discussion about his contract says you're not allowed to take naked pictures of yourself. And, you know, like you have a certain image before you sign the contract. And it kind of sounds like he did that after he signed the contract.
Okay.
So
that's interesting to know.
I don't know if he's in trouble. I don't know if she's never gonna come up now.
Probably not.
Because I read her name. I forgot what it was, but it didn't matter because I never heard of her before, and I never heard her wrestle. I never heard of her at all.
Have you ever seen her on NXT?
And then I continued reading, and it said she was going to premiere in NXT very soon.
So I think that's in jeopardy now.
So that's what I'm trying to say, that may be kiboshed and washed because... And Seth Rollins, he's Mr. Money in the Bank, so... And this exact thing that I was thinking in my head is like, he's cheating on his wife. He is a real-life heel.
Yeah.
And the world knows it.
Mm-hmm. But, you know, I gotta check that.
And, I didn't check these pictures out personally, but there's pictures of Seth Rollins butt naked as well.
What?
I didn't see that picture.
My God.
I just saw the woman one just because I was casually, but there's like more that they did on Twitter that's like of Seth Rollins being naked. Like I only saw the woman part. But I honestly didn't search one thing about Seth Rollins.
Thank God.
I searched. I didn't search. No, I didn't because I saw it when it happened.
Oh, okay.
And it's buried in my head, so I don't. Wow. I don't need another image.
Yeah, I don't blame
It's there.
Yeah, it's scarred for life, though. I mean,
and she's okay.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate. Maybe he's like gonna have problems with his wife or his wife to be, and
let's see what happens.
And that may just bring him more heat in the ring.
Yeah.
And the only other thing I really want to talk about on Raw is Stardust and Goldust.
Oh, yeah. The separation.
Dividing.
They're separating. That's going to be a match in Fastlane.
I think that should be WrestleMania, man. It's got to be.
Well, you're going to have a prelude match to WrestleMania.
I don't think so. I think there's going to be one more match or something, or something's going to happen at Fastlane.
And what's going to happen with Miz?
I don't think there's going to be a match at Fastlane.
Speaking of the Goldust Stardust thing, yeah. What's going to happen now with Ms. Mizdow?
That's also breaking up. But I think Goldust and Stardust is more interesting as far as the match they're going to have at WrestleMania.
Brother versus brother, right?
Yeah. And what it means
to the Rhodes family.
To the Rhodes family, to wrestling fans. And it's going to be a good match.
Now, who's going to be good? Who's going to be bad?
It's already there. Cody's the heel.
Cody's the heel again.
Don't ever
call me Cody.
Call me Cody again. That was cool. And Goldust, I saw an interview of after that moment, and he's like, "You're my brother. Let's stop this." You know, he's the babyface. So
yeah,
Goldust is gonna be naturally the babyface just because he's from the Attitude Era.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he tried to be heel, he'll be cheered.
It won't work out for him.
So Cody has to be the one. And I'm sure Vanessa will be like, "No! You're fighting! They should hug! Don't fight!
We love you, Vanessa. We love you. Don't
Win
worry.
the tag team championships again." No, it's like I'm hearing Goldust is about to call it a quits. And he said his dream...
yes?
Yeah, but be more of an executive, like kind of how the New Age Outlaws are.
Like what Hunter, like what Triple H is too, right?
Yeah, but like, you know, lower on the totem pole. But
like a backstage.
How the Outlaws are, they work in the background. If you didn't notice,
Yeah, I know.
They wear suits every day, and then whenever they need them to come out for a spot, they do it,
Right.
and then they go back to the back.
You think so? Okay, so you got the Outlaws working as backstage officials. You're gonna have Goldust as a backstage official. You notice you're getting in-house talent working backstage, which is good.
Yeah, because you need people with experience that were there in the golden era.
And that can help also with talent searches, too. You can assist Triple H in looking for the best possible talent to help produce a good NXT, a good SmackDown, or a good Raw. So I think it's a good idea that they're going to have Goldust do that. Work backstage.
Yeah, he probably wants to leave on a high note with his brother. And he's always said in interviews, I want a WrestleMania match with my brother Cody.
And you're probably going to
That's
get it.
always what I always wanted.
And you're probably going to get it this year. It'd be interesting, though.
Didn't Matt and Jeff get their shot at WrestleMania? I've been watching WrestleManias. I'm pretty sure that happened.
I think they did.
And
I've been watching WrestleMania since WrestleMania 6.
Yes. All I've been watching is WrestleMania, so what I saw had to be WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Matt Hardy went over
I have to look.
on that match.
I've been watching.
Yeah. I just got excited. He did, what is them? The Twist of Fate?
Yes.
Inside of a chair.
Oh, yes.
Matt Hardy did to Jeff.
Yeah.
And his head landed on the chair.
I forgot what.
And then he pinned.
What WrestleMania was that? I forgot what. I forgot what WrestleMania that was.
I don't know. It's like the last 4 years, 5 years ago.
So you're going we're going to 31 now, so you're talking maybe 26, 25?
Yeah, like 25 or 26. One of those two.
Okay. Because I've been watching WrestleMania since WrestleMania 6.
But I've been rewatching stuff on the network just as a marathon. Just watching the vignettes.
Yeah.
Just to because sometimes people refer things back to a couple years ago, and I don't get it because I didn't see the vignettes, I didn't watch the matches, so I'm trying to put all the years I've been missing. WWE Network is filling in the gaps.
You said something interesting about Goldust, not being a heel. He was a heel.
Yeah, he was a heel, but
WrestleMania 12. Remember when he had that thing with Piper?
But that's when he was the Young Buck. And it was the exact opposite. Who's the biggest villain of all time? Roddy
Piper.
Exactly. And he was so over at that moment just for being who he was that he became babyface.
Oh, I see.
So he, as the younger guy, had to be heel to accommodate the match to happen.
Okay.
Hence the same exact situation.
Hence the same exact situation and all that.
Now it's Cody that has to step up to where Goldust is.
Right.
Same as Piper.
Now, where do you put this match, brother versus brother at WrestleMania? Mid card?
Yeah, mid card, but it's gonna. It honestly doesn't matter if it starts with it or middle of it. It doesn't matter.
Or do you put it as a pre-show? No.
No way. You have to put that on the show because that's something they both wanted their whole lives. That they wanted to be with each other at WrestleMania. 1-on-1. It's only right.
It's shaping up to be a good month and a half so far.
But it's really just it's all about fastlane.
Right now it's just about fastlane in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, so it's shaping up to be a good, like I said, a good month and a half leading up to the granddaddy of them all. And this is now the time to start watching it.
Oh, by the way, I saw a video of Bo Dallas. Who were the ones that lost? The Seahawks?
The Seahawks, yes.
He said that. He made a video. And he has a beard, by the way.
That, where is Bo Dallas?
I think that he's recovering from an injury. That's why I expected him to come back at the Royal Rumble. Anyway, my point was, he said he has a beard, by the way.
Really?
I think that he might shave it before he comes back.
Is he still going to be the inspirational Bo Dallas?
He had the shirt on.
Oh, God.
And he was like, that's all you have to do is Bo leave. Because next year, his whole... And he had a beard which looked weird. I want him to shave because he looks... I don't want him to look close to looking like his brother. I want them to be separate.
Who's his brother?
Bo Dallas? Who's Bo Dallas' brother?
Bray Wyatt?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, shit.
I thought that was common knowledge.
No, I didn't know that.
You haven't seen family photos of them together?
No.
They're next to trees in the backyard.
No, I never saw family photos.
Taking one of their nephew's birthday.
I never saw family photos.
And it's like recent photos.
I never saw them. Wow. Okay.
And my whole point is I don't want them to even look like each other. Just like people didn't see the future with Bray Wyatt at first, people need to see about Bo Dallas right now.
All right, but
like I'm feeling Bad News Barrett's return. I like Bad News Barrett.
I always love Barrett.
And the BNS,
BNZ, Bad News Zone.
Bad News
and when
Zone.
he did that, when he got the BNZ on Dean Ambrose, I thought that was really funny though.
Yeah, that was.
And did you see the ticker on the bottom?
Yeah, I read some
that
of
shit was good. That was good.
Yeah, it was good. It had its moments.
But like I said, folks, this is the time to start watching WWE. You got Fastlane in 2 weeks. You got WrestleMania within 40 some odd days. So within the next month and a half, is now the time to start watching it because now it starts getting you excited. It gets your adrenaline pumped.
And what I would suggest, I had people over for the Royal Rumble, and hey, I love all you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are my friends to the end, like Chucky. You guys are cool. But I honestly am not doing this anymore. I'm going to do like 3 people.
How many did you have over for the Rumble?
I can't. It was like 10 or like it was too much.
Really?
And it felt like half of the people barely ever watch wrestling. And it's just like, the moral of the story is watch WrestleMania with people that are interested in what happens in WrestleMania.
Like
don't have people in the room that are not interested in what happens.
Like you had a Royal Rumble party. I'm throwing a WrestleMania party.
Yeah.
I invited so many people. I have yet to hear from anybody that wants to come to my house for WrestleMania.
That's a blessing, I tell you that, because it's better to be into it alone than have people talking about checkers in the corner or about Illuminati in the other corner, and then
or porn in the other corner,
or watching porn in the other corner, talking about how
you like your favorite sexual position and all that shit.
I haven't tried this since last Wednesday, but
I haven't busted a nut.
More of the story is watch WrestleMania with people that want to watch WrestleMania. So don't invite a bunch of chatterboxes that don't want to watch the actual product.
In the corner talked about.
And then to get people to go home after, God forbid, they go home right away. Like, so I'm just like anti-social.
Yeah, I'm throwing a WrestleMania.
I'm the opposite. Don't come. Everyone that would come, go to his house.
Go to my house.
Because people, come on.
Like I said, I'm having a WrestleMania party. I'm throwing a WrestleMania get-together because this is the big show, okay? Not that big show.
Oh, okay. I got confused.
Yeah, not that big show. Calm down there. But this is like the big show. Not that big show, so don't get your mind into it, buddy. But this is like a big show and all that. And I feel like I want to have people over for WrestleMania. Now, if you're only interested in anything else, don't even bother showing up at my front doorstep because I won't let your ass
Don't talk about UFOs. Don't start talking about what you think about the JFK assassination
or Watergate
or the Hunger Games movies that you just saw with your girlfriend. I don't want to hear it, bro.
Hey, don't talk about your favorite sexual position with your girlfriend or your fiance and how you like the bank. Yeah, don't talk about that. When you go to a party, you talk about party stuff. And when you go to a WrestleMania party, talk about WrestleMania. So all of you are
uninvited.
That means you're going to have a lot of people showing up to my house.
Unfollow me, follow him.
I barely have a big enough room to fit people in my room. The last time I had people over my house.
Get steel chairs because people love pro wrestling.
Okay.
And then hit them over the head with it, brother.
The last time I had people at my house, okay, was TLCS. Tables, ladders, chairs, and stairs. Okay?
Which is a brilliant name, by the way. I hope they keep it.
Speaking of that was the last time I had Vanessa, her sister, her brother, and the grandmother at my house along with Vanessa's big little brother. Okay? That was it.
Wait, hold up. Vanessa got a big little brother?
Yeah.
Okay. Continue.
Yeah, remember when we did the...
She got a big little brother.
Shut up.
I was just trying to get that straight.
Shut up. But anyway, that was the last time I had it. It was her little brother. Okay, I cleared that up. Her little brother, her sister, Vanessa, and the grandmother. Now, the only people that were watching TLCS was her little brother, Vanessa and myself. The grandmother and Vanessa's and Vanessa's sister were knocked out on my bed. So you figure it this way. I had 5 people at my house.
That's too much.
4 or 5 people at my house. My room is small, okay? It's cluttered. I have dressers, desk, a computer, and a bin for my clothes, okay? And my bed. Okay? Fitting 4 or 5 people in there is crazy. The most I want at my party is maybe 3.
Yeah. Don't be ashamed to enjoy it alone, people.
That's about it.
You'll probably enjoy it more. Just like the theory of some people have done it, and I envy you for this. Go to the movies by yourself. I've never done that.
I've been dying to do it, but no.
But I've never done it. But I will one day. I promise you that.
Speaking of movies, I saw Taken 3.
I have not seen any of them, so do not ruin that for me.
Taken 3 is a must-see.
Don't you dare tell me anything, brother.
Not. Taken 3 is a must-see. But that's for later.
No. Since you're talking about movies, I'm going to say the most important news. And I honestly wanted to do a podcast about this more important than wrestling today. You know why? Because the amazing Spider-Man himself is going to be inside the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So you're going to see Spider-Man in the upcoming movies, which is an enormous move on Sony that they shared the rights, the movie rights with Marvel. So
right.
To me, that Raw is nothing compared to that news.
No, of course not.
That's why it's just all about fastlane, brother.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the end of Raw. Do you want to talk about anything
I got nothing else to talk about.
That Valentine's Day crap I did not watch.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm honestly waiting for something good on the network to show up. And I've been saying this for weeks, and if I said this, I apologize. I saw the whole first season of Tough Enough, and I really enjoyed it. I saw it when it first came out, don't get me wrong.
So did I.
But when you're a kid, you don't get to watch TV whenever you want to watch TV.
You know,
you miss certain episodes, and
right.
And sometimes the show's too late, and back then there wasn't DVR.
Right.
So if you missed it, you missed it.
Right, and you know they're doing Tough Enough again now.
Yeah. That's why I think that they're... And I saw the whole first season in a day. So I'm put the other seasons up because honestly, I only saw 2 seasons of Tough Enough, and there's 5?
I think there were.
So I only saw the original one and the one with Stone Cold. That's the latest one that came out. Is the one with Stone Cold.
I didn't see that one.
And it had Cameron in it.
No, I didn't see that one.
She was the first one to get eliminated.
I only saw the one with Maven.
That's the original one.
I saw that one, and I saw the one with The Miz. I
didn't see. There's one with John Morrison.
No, see, I didn't see that.
That's what I'm saying. I think they should just put all.
Maybe they will. Maybe they will put more.
Because the first season was really good, and there was some episodes I didn't see. And the first season has the epic Triple H come into to tell him what the business is really about. He comes in and he says,
in the older
every
one,
time
in the older ones?
you piss on the graves of in
the older ones,
the original Tough Enough. Triple H comes in an episode and he's like, if you don't take this serious, then get the fuck out of here.
Wow.
I'm
gonna watch that.
He's like, I have a friend that his neck is broken from here down.
I'm gonna take a look at that. But that's about it.
That's about it. And I will see you next week. Hopefully for a decent Raw. I have low expectations. And just keep your eye out for The Undertaker. That's the only thing that you can definitely watch Raw because of this. Is because Undertaker might show up any moment.
Any moment at any given time.
And you're not going to miss it. You just can't. It's just a must-see. Come on.
And if The Undertaker does come out, let's say Monday night on President's Day, bet your bottom dollar we will do a whole show at his return.
Yeah, because to me, everything else is mute mode until
The Undertaker.
Fastlane. So if Undertaker comes, we'll talk about him for a whole week. And then when Fastlane comes, But I honestly don't think he's going to come next week. I think that...
They're going to save him for Fastlane.
For Fastlane, yeah, exactly. Because Fastlane, I think they're doing good, man. They got 1 million subscribers. Fastlane's free. I think they're really doing a good job with this promotion stuff.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens.
It's only $9.99. Stop being such a cheapo.
Yeah, like
You pay for 2 Whoppers and some onion rings and French fries,
no.
and it costs more than that.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen.
Signing off. We love it raw. Keep it real. And keep it raw, brother.